If you're heading to fill up your car, be prepared to pay a little bit more at the pump.
AAA says the national average for gas prices are up compared to a month ago. Right now, the average is a little over $3.60 per gallon. That's up by about 20 cents compared to last month. But the price at the pump is still about 50 cents less per gallon than it was a year ago.
Joining us now is David Uberti. He is a reporter for the Wall Street Journal. David, welcome. It's nice to see you in person here. So let's talk about this sort of annual thing that we see approaching summer here. Why are we seeing the fluctuation in gas prices as we head into these summer months? And why are they generally lower in the summer?
Well, a few things happen heading into the beginning of summer. One is the switch to summer gasoline, which is made because of emissions reasons. And secondly, we have people wanting to get out of the house. People want to take that road trip they've been putting off or potentially seeing family over Memorial Day weekend. That really pumps up demand in a big way. And you see that increase year over year, usually in May, potentially in June. Over the course of summer, as that demand tends to fall off a little bit, you also see refineries ramp up. Refinery maintenance typically takes place during the winter and early spring. So as you have those facilities come back online, you have more supplies hit the market, which pushes down price.
That's so interesting. Exxon and Chevron are out with earnings reports today showing profits slowed compared to last year, but they still beat Wall Street's expectations. What impact could this have on gas prices in the weeks to come?
Well, let's just start by saying in the first quarter, Exxon and Chevron combined for $18 billion with a B dollars in profits, which is, while a decline from last year, some pretty serious cash. Now, commodity traders and folks such as Exxon and Chevron, they don't expect oil prices to reach the heights they reached last year after Russia invaded Ukraine. At the same time, most analysts on Wall Street expect prices to range a little bit higher over the course of the second half in particular. So that will put upward pressure on a lot of gasoline prices as well as diesel prices that are used for a lot of industrial activity as well.
Yeah, you mentioned diesel. I mean, you've been reporting on the drop in diesel prices compared to last year. So what's behind that particular trend?
It's an interesting snapshot into a really weird state the economy is in right now. While we have sort of a robust service sector, low unemployment, robust wage growth, at the same time, we're seeing petering manufacturing activity. And wholesale diesel prices delivered through New York Harbor have dropped by half since about a year ago. And what this sort of suggests is that there's less demand for moving stuff around the country. There's less imports coming into our major ports. There are less trucks on the road that are moving appliances, exercise equipment, computers, and other goods to warehouses and stores across the country. So while lower diesel prices are theoretically good if you're a farmer using that for machinery, or maybe if you're a landscaper hauling supplies and what have you, the trucking industry in particular is feeling this really weird squeeze while they have lower diesel prices, but at the same time, the rates they can charge for moving freight have fallen even faster. So we have what some executives in the freight industry have called a freight recession. And that's affecting a lot of truckers, which is, as we know, one of the most common jobs in America.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost counterintuitive, though, David, to think about that, because you keep hearing about how people are spending money, right? And they are buying goods and services. But it's interesting to see it from the manufacturing point of view and then the delivering of those goods. There's just not the demand there, it sounds like.
Certainly, and there's something of a U-turn from sort of the darkest period of the pandemic where we were cooped up, we were ordering a lot of stuff off of Amazon and online. There was a huge surge in the amount of goods that came into the country. We had a lot of supply chain backlogs and whatnot. Now there's sort of an overhang in inventories across the country, and a lot of retailers, stores, major importers are working to minimize those. So they've essentially shut off the spigot of new imports coming in as they try to work those inventories down.
Get rid of the stuff they have.
They want to get rid of everything that they have, sell it off. So we have sort of that taking place, as well as people such as you and me, tending to want to live our lives a little bit after the pandemic. We're not buying goods as much. We've transitioned more to services and experiences and travel.
Yeah.
David, let's talk about how to find the best gas prices. My father will drive 5 miles for cheaper gas. And I always say to him, well, doesn't the difference balance out by the time you drive there? But are there apps? Are there ways to find the best gas prices when you're out driving in an unfamiliar area?
There's certainly apps. And, talking to truck drivers over the course of the last several weeks, they chart this out before they're taking those long-haul freight trips. Truck drivers, they use things like Yelp, Google Maps and whatnot, where they actually rate the stops they make along the road. So I would suggest that if you are taking a long road trip to see family or friends or just going on vacation, you might just want to take a look, depending on where you stop.
Good intel.
Yeah, take that, Dad. David Uberti, thanks so much. Good to see you in person.
Thanks for having me.